Hey guys, today we are looking at Quake. So the kind of unofficial or spiritual successor to Doom, Quake was going to be, or at least hyped up to be, the next big step in FPS, action, technology, whatnot. And I guess it is in a way. So now you have a full kind of 3D environment. The enemies are now kind of polygoned instead of sprites. And if I had to really put it down at the end of the day, I don't really like Quake as much as I do like Doom. It's definitely good, but it's not quite as good as Doom was. And throughout the Quake series, you're going to see a lot of things kind of change about the philosophy of gaming in general. However, this is very similar to Doom in a lot of ways. We have a closed, single-player campaign that brings you through a bunch of, different levels. And so the whole idea behind Quake was not so much as demons coming from hell, but more so kind of unknown Lovecraftian beings and kind of a mixture with medieval kind of aesthetics. So there's a lot of different things, like there are these knights who have these giant swords which come around. Of course, you have soldiers who would shoot things at you. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the game that where quad damage came from, which was, I think, pretty cool. Also, the name alone itself, Quake, is just really interesting. As far as I've seen, there's nothing to do with Quake in this game. There are no earthquakes. There are no, whatever. It was just an interesting one-syllable word that they went with, similar to Doom, and I guess appreciate them for that. One of my favorite things, probably weapons in this game, is the grenade launcher. I love how it lobs things, and I love grenade launchers in general. Anything that has a nice arc one-hit kill to it is very fun for me. And so again, you just start off as this nameless guy who has, a medieval kind of helmet, but he has an arsenal of guns, and he's just shooting down these demons and other things. And so in this game, this is kind of where you're going to get this standard kind of the standardization of the idea that you will have your normal shotgun, then your super shotgun, your normal machine gun, and then your super machine gun. And so depending on the situation, you would change weapons to exactly which weapon you need, kind of like an alternative fire, but they share the same ammo type. So it's okay, cool. Again, Quake still kind of holds over and brings back the same kind of speed with Doom, if not a little bit faster, I would say. Actually, no, it probably is faster than Doom. And but the same kind of elements are still here. You have secret passages, hidden things to find throughout the level. The armor and health mechanics work pretty much the same. If you get anything over 200, it starts to decrease, or you need special things to keep it there. One funny thing I just remembered about the nail gun in this game, because apparently they work with a lot of I guess metal bands or something, because weird random facts. Apparently Doom Guy's fist in the original Doom was like Robin Williams' arm or something, a scan of his arm. And in this game, the little Easter egg is that on the ammo boxes for the nail gun, it says NIN on it, which is the exact same backwards N and logo for 9 Inch Nails. So there's just really weird, interesting collaborations that Quake and Doom have had with, kind of celebrities throughout the years, and there's funny little Easter eggs you find that pop up here and there. Again, so throughout Quake's campaign, you'll go through a series of kind of medieval style castles, corridors. You'll have different kinds of bosses you have to fight by shooting certain objectives in an area, and essentially defeat the boss, which is either like a lava monster or something. And the environments will change gradually as you go throughout the story. Again, the enemy designs are much more mythological. Yes, you have guys with guns. You also have these weird Yeti kind of things that Shamblers, I believe they're called, who come up and scratch you and hit you. You have these weird flying guys that look like these kind of snake people or something. You have these giant pigs that shoot grenade launchers at you. So it's kind of really all over the place, and it's very in classic 90s fashion, very abstract. There are also zombies in this game where you can shoot them as much as you want, but until you blow up their bodies with something like a grenade launcher, they will just keep on coming back. Overall, I would say Quake's atmosphere is a lot more depressing than Doom. You felt like maybe in Doom it was okay, you have these cool demons or whatever, you gotta fight them and you gotta rise to the challenge. But in this game, it just feels like everything's kind of been destroyed, and it's already been decided that humanity's lost, and you're kind of just going through these really weird, bleak, gray environments. and it's just a very different, interesting mood than what I guess I would expect. Again, maybe it's the art style, but these enemies don't feel as iconic and as classic as the Doom sprites. I don't know, I've seen people joke a lot about the original Doom sprites, but not any really Quake characters. Not really, because everything's more advanced and, you know, stylized, and or rather less stylized because they're trying to be more realistic. It doesn't have as much of an impact. And sometimes it's really hard to tell the enemies apart. I mean, obviously, you know, obviously, like the color palette in this game is just super bleak, and the lack of music too, it doesn't really help. It's like they're like, oh, we're gonna focus on the gameplay. I know this kind of feels like the Dark Souls of FPS shooters, but I'm not referring to the difficulty at all. I'm referring to actually the mood and the whole kind of feeling of the game itself, rather than the difficulty. Anyway, I can't really think of much else to say about Quake. It took things in a very different direction. I think one of the actual final bosses of this game is actually one of the same name as one of the Lovecraftian horrors that Lovecraft wrote about, which so I found that very interesting that they actually name dropped him like it specifically. And yeah, I don't know. It's just a very weird mood. It's not as iconic as Quake in terms of sound design. It is faster though, so its gameplay, I would say, would be technically better by a little bit, but on the whole, as an experience, I guess I prefer the Doom games to this one. Anyway, I don't know what else to really say about it, but yeah, I guess that's it. See ya.